everybody.
Hi, guys.
We are just getting this set up. Give me a quick moment. I've been informed that though I can't see us, you can see us.
Yes, so that
So,
is great.
so we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Yes, so welcome everyone. We are Jackie and Aaron, and we're so excited here to have you with us today. We've got a packed 30 minutes ahead. So we'll be opening up the chat for your thoughts and questions at the end. So make sure you have a notebook, a pen nearby to jot down any light bulb moments or thoughts you have that you'd like us to revisit later. So let's go ahead and dive in.
All right, today's training has three main parts. First, we're going to identify your founder type with a little quiz. It'll be fun. It'll be like old Cosmo times. Second, we'll walk through our step-by-step product development framework. And then lastly, we are going to help you discover the right factory type for your unique product.
So I want to first introduce ourselves. My name is Jackie Hudson. I'm the founder of an innovative pajama brand called Piper and Mint. I'm also the co-host of the Sourcing Gals. Consider me your cheerleader, your number one fan of all things entrepreneurial, here to support your mindset, marketing, and help you think big about your business. I'm a product development expert as well. I've helped launch over 1,000 products to some of the most well-known mall brands across the USA.
Hi guys, I'm Erin Souder. I am the CEO of Forma & Co. and the co-host of the Sourcing Gals. And one of the big things I do is I turn ideas into revenue. My focus as an entrepreneur is on thoughtful, trend-driven products that open new categories for brands, deepen consumer connections, and deliver real results that scale from startup to billion-dollar companies. And I have a hands-on experience at about 20 different countries working with manufacturers, understand how products are made, and how to navigate sourcing and production all over the world.
So why does what we do matter? So there's really no clear roadmap for how to bring a physical product to life, just scattered advice.
Yeah, information overload does not equal a strategy. Google, YouTube, ChatGPT all day long, but that doesn't stand in for a structured path.
And there's a lot of unknown unknowns. Most founders don't even know what questions to ask factories, when to ask them. So let's get tactical here.
And because we have a proven success path, we've guided countless founders and brands through the exact process that we'll show you guys today. And we've built a framework that's repeatable and scalable.
Now it's a time to grab your notebook and a pen. Let's have a little fun with our 10-question Find Your Founder Archetype quiz. You are going to choose the answer that best fits you, even if a few may check certain boxes. And then based on your answers to these questions, you'll likely fall into one of our 4 founder types, which we will then review. So let's get going. Question 1. How far along are you with your product? A, I make and sell everything myself, but I'm burning out. B, I've got a genius idea, but no clue where to begin. C, I run a product-based business and want to add something new. Or D, I'm building a brand from scratch and want to start strong.
Question 2. What's your biggest challenge right now? A, I can't scale without help. I'm out of time and energy. B, I don't know how to get my product made or who to talk to. C, I need to find factories or suppliers that are outside of my current comfort zone. And D, I want to create a thoughtful, aligned product to anchor my brand.
Question 3. What's your ideal outcome? A, a streamlined production process so I can grow my business and breathe. B, a viable prototype and path to wholesale or retail shelves. C, a successful expansion into new product categories. Or D, a beautiful value-driven launch that sets the tone for my brand.
Next question, question 4. Which statement sounds most like you? A, I am doing it all myself and it's not sustainable. B, I know this idea could really take off. I just need to make it real. C, I want to grow, but I don't want to mess up new categories. And D, I see a brand in my mind. I just need to bring it to life.
Question 5. What's your current sales volume? A, handmade or micro scale, under 5K a month. B, pre-launch idea stage. C, consistent sales with a hero product. And D, I'm a new brand still in launch planning.
Question 6. What is your team setup? A, just me, doing every role. B, I have consulted a few experts, but no regular support. C, I have a team for my core product line. Or D, I'm building a team around a lifestyle brand vision.
Question 7. How do you currently produce your product? A, handmade at home or in a studio. B, I haven't started production yet. C, through one or more small vendors. Or D, I'm sourcing concepts but haven't launched.
Question 8. What do you feel most unsure about? A, how to let go of doing everything. B, where to begin with sourcing. C, how to choose a vendor for a product I've never made. And D, how to bring my brand vision to life with the right product.
Question 9, what's your biggest fear? A, losing quality if I stop making it myself. B, wasting time and money on the wrong factory. C, launching a category that doesn't resonate. Or D, missing the mark on my brand's potential.
Last question, question 10. How ready do you feel to scale? A, emotionally ready, but logistically maxed out. B, eager to start, but don't know the first step. C, confident in my current process, but not in a new category. Or D, inspired and prepared, but I'm going to need a blueprint.
So now take a quick look at your notes and find the letter that appears most frequently. Consider this your founder type. We'll now talk through each founder's biggest challenges, strengths, and what you may need to launch a successful product. Okay, so if you answered mostly A's, we're going to call you the overloaded maker. The if I don't do it myself, it won't be right. You create your own product by hand, you fill your orders, you manage the customer service emails, you ship your packages. Your product has viability. People want it, it's selling, but you've hit a wall. You need a manufacturer to grow, but you're worried about giving up control or losing quality. Some of your biggest challenges, scaling production without losing the craftsmanship or authenticity that makes your product so special. Your biggest strength, your deep connection with your product and your customer. What you need, a factory sourcing strategy designed for your small scale brand without costing you a fortune or compromising on your quality.
All right, if you answered mostly B's, you are a first time inventor. So you're thinking, I have an amazing idea. I just need help making it real. You have created something innovative. You have a smart twist on an old classic. You've sketched, you've drawn, you've dreamed up several notebooks, probably. You believe so much in your idea, but you're very overwhelmed with where to begin. Do you find someone local to prototype, or do you head overseas to bring your product idea to life? The biggest challenge you're facing is turning an idea into a clear product plan and a viable prototype, which is important for inventions. Your biggest strength is your visionary thinking, your courage to create something new and original. And what you need is step by step guidance on how to go from concept to sample with the confidence to approach the right factories professionally.
If you answered mostly C's, we're calling you the category expander. The I know how to make and sell one thing, now I want to make something new. So you currently might run a successful business, be an expert in your product category, or even a service-based business looking to add product to your offering. You're looking to add new categories to drive incremental sales. Maybe you nailed your jewelry line but want to add cases, or you're wanting to expand your apparel brand with custom accessories, but new materials and unfamiliar manufacturing can put your reputation or even your budget at risk. So some of your biggest challenges might be navigating a new supplier types and sourcing models without making those costly mistakes. Your strength, your business expertise, your brand momentum, and your operational knowledge that you bring. What you may need, a smart expansion strategy and vetted supplier framework to ensure your new category lives up to your current standards.
And last, if you answered mostly D's, you are a brand visionary. You're a I see the world I want to build, I just need help bringing it to life kind of person. You can envision the long game, you have a mood board, an aesthetic, a vibe, and you know where you want to go. You know what your product looks like and feels like. You're not just selling a product, you're building a brand. And the actual process of developing that first product seems overwhelming. So you want to launch with meaning and purpose, not just a logo slapped on a product. Your biggest challenge is turning a beautiful brand concept into tangible products that have a strategy. Your strength, however, is in your strong taste, your storytelling, and your alignment with your future customer. What you most likely need is a sourcing strategy that's aligned with your vision so that your product is as thoughtful and intentional as your brand identity. Next, we are going to move on to the complete flow of how we developed physical products. The quiz was super fun. We talked a lot about framework. We're going to move on to show you our framework. No fluff, just a clean, clear sequence that helps you avoid chaos and overwhelm. This is where you zoom in. So this is steps 1 through 3 of our product development framework. It's where you zoom in and ask, am I launching a singular product or am I building a brand? What's the bigger picture for what I'm creating and who is it for? Your vision shapes every decision that follows, from pricing to materials to marketing. So clarity is so important. Once your vision is clear, you need to understand what else is out there. Who are your competitors? What are your customers currently buying? This is about positioning, making sure that your product fills a real gap and is priced right for your audience. And next, this is where a lot of people get it wrong. They guess or they copy somebody else's price. We teach you how to build a cost structure actually before you source. So you know what your target factory quote should be in order to stay profitable. And these 3 steps, they might seem preliminary, but they're actually make or break. If you skip them or get them wrong, the rest of your product development process can feel chaotic. It can feel like a little bit of a mess. With clarity, research, and the right pricing plan, you're already 90% ahead of most product founders.
So now that your vision, pricing, and marketing position are clear, we're going to move into the action phase. This is where your product starts to take real shape. Translate your idea into visual and technical specs so manufacturers know exactly what to quote. This is where your product goes from concept to something factories can actually build and make with clear details that avoid misunderstanding. After that, it's time to identify a supplier who fits your budget, values, and your product type. Then once you've landed on that perfect factory partner, you are ready to bring your idea to life in sample form. You're going to manage multiple rounds back and forth to refine the fit, function, and quality of that product.
All right, now that you have samples in the works, you can move on to actualized quotes. We talked a little bit about preliminary quotes earlier, but then with samples come actual quotes from your suppliers that help to finalize all of your pricing. You factor in freight, duties, packaging, so that your margins hold up in the real world, not just on paper. Um, and then it's time to plan your production run. You'll confirm your order quantities, your timelines, and the factory expectations. This step ensures your bulk production runs really smoothly without delays or miscommunications that could derail a launch. You will also need to determine your ship method at this stage for the best way to get the product into your hands. And next, we'll prep for delivery to debut your excellence, from packaging and labeling and freight to those final quality checks. You'll get ready to launch the best product that you can envision.
So now let's dive a little bit more into finding your perfect fit. So the best sourcing partner for you. This is where most founders hit major overwhelm. There are so many options when it comes to finding the right sourcing partner for you. Do I find a US-based factory? Do I go overseas? Do I use an agent, a middleman, or work direct? It's hard to know where to start, so we're here to simplify the chaos and show you one option for your founder type.
Yeah, so for mostly A's, the overloaded maker, again, this is just one option that would work for your type of product or for your general founder personality. It could be going factory direct. This is where your factory will be working on your behalf with both the trim suppliers, the materials suppliers, the fabric suppliers, and you will speak with a factory representative directly. I think that there are a lot of pros, including you save a lot of time and money on sampling. You have a lot of tight control over your factory construction, which as an overloaded maker, you have developed your product up until this point. So making sure it continues in the way that you've done it to this point is super important. You have direct communication with the factory, which helps that. And it's the best for costing to go factory direct. There are a couple cons that sometimes it can be tough to communicate directly with factories, and sometimes factories may not support multiple types of products under one roof. They might be really specialized. For example, A leather handbag factory may not make canvas totes, or even a leather handbag factory may not even make leather wallets or belts. Like it can be incredibly specific, but it really depends on where the value of your specific path lies. If saving time and money is the biggest goal for you, then the cons may not be as big of a deal.
So if you're someone that answered mostly B's, the first time inventor, it might be more beneficial to actually use a domestic agency here. So you're working directly with a US based point of contact, we'll say, and then that US based contact is most likely still going overseas. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons here. So for a first time inventor, the pros is obviously you're speaking legitimately the same language. So sometimes it is best for complex ideas. Also, mockups could happen closer to home for more hand-on corrections that are a lot more quick turn. Also, ideas with multiple suppliers or factories are easily coordinated when you have a US based agent kind of helping facilitate those conversations. But some of the cons are
The gun.
that it's okay. Some of the cons are that it can definitely be your most expensive route, right? Not only are you working not factory direct, but you're working with a US based supplier who's going to have just a higher cost in general, right? And an agent sometimes might be another layer that's inhibiting communication to the factory. So it is another person that you're having to go between to communicate what you're trying to say.
Right. If you are a category expander, a domestic agency may be beneficial to help craft your full assortment and expand into more product categories. Let's dive into this. The pros of domestic agents. So, Jackie just spoke about domestic agents for the innovator. For the category expander, typically agents have a large catalog of products they've worked with in the past to give you a jumping off point. Domestic agents also can take over the factory communication for you. And if you're a category expander, if you already have another solid business you're working on, you may need to free up that time to do your other work. And sometimes domestic agents can run some smaller test orders. So you can run smaller products and really test that expansion that you're envisioning. And then also, domestic agents can import on your behalf. The cons, again, with a domestic agency is that they are expensive. They will take a high margin or percentage, and it can be time consuming. In my experience, domestic agents, especially in this scenario, you can see up in the top right. I'm going to use my little pointer. Oh, where'd it go? Use my little pointer. Up in the top right, you can see that it goes to domestic agent, to a sample room, to then an overseas factory. So sometimes it can be a little bit time consuming because that like messenger goes back and forth. And then again, it's an other layer of communication that can sometimes lead to a slow response time or a feeling of the agent just being the messenger. But again, with those pros being they typically have a large catalog, they can take over the communication on your behalf, and they can sometimes do smaller test runs.
If you answered mostly D and you're the brand visionary, an overseas agent might actually be your best option. So let's talk through that. So some of the pros here, with an overseas agent, you're going to have access to many different suppliers and factories for a broad product assortment. So you have literally one point of contact that could be speaking to one, two, or five factories on your behalf. The agent's oversight across all the categories gives you the ability to ensure consistency across all the different products. And an agent can also help manage the imports from multiple factories. Some of the cons, an agent will take a percentage of the total PO. And I think another con might be if you don't know exactly going in educated to those conversations, you might be taken advantage of a little bit.
Do you have a favorite method, Jackie?
I am, I go back and forth. I really have a couple overseas agents that I love
I
when
know
I
you
have a
do.
very specific product category that I don't want to maybe test something out brand new. I trust my agent that will be my boots on the ground to go vet the factory. They'll literally go visit the factory on my behalf. So some of that is invaluable. But I also have factory relationships that I built from zero and scaled large. And again, those relationships are super important as
So
well.
factory director.
Let's take a moment to reflect here. So grab your notebook again and let's answer these three questions. So what founder type did you identify with most? What is your biggest hurdle or biggest fear when it comes to launching your own product? Are you ready to invest in yourself and your idea and remove the overwhelm?
The good news is If you are not along with any of this and you're thinking, yes, that's me, yes, that's me, then you're who we built Smarter Sourcing for. We want to let you know this isn't just another course, it's a guided system that was developed by us to bring your product to life without the costly mistakes that we see so often when people come knocking on our door, the waste of time or second guessing. We would really like to show you what's inside of what we've built. So we think it's super special.
Yeah.
Our 6 week Smarter Sourcing course walks you step by step through the exact framework that we shared earlier. Each module mirrors a phase of development so that you're learning how to do, soup to nuts for a product and can take that information and do it for any product that you're doing in the future as well. So you're not just learning what to do in this specific scenario, you're really learning alongside us in a structured and supported environment that's designed to bring a product to life with confidence.
Woo! In addition to our coursework, we will also be offering personalized coaching. So you're going to have the ability to bring your unique challenges to our private live sessions and receive direct customized guidance from us and your fellow people in the program with you. A private community. So we're going to connect you with fellow founders inside our dedicated smarter sourcing community. And also, we all love special pricing. So as part of our ambassador round, you'll lock in special launch pricing and some amazing freebies that we're going to talk about next. On top of that, we'll also have free downloadables and PDFs.
We'll have market research, editable PDFs for determining your sweet spot in the market. So if you're really thinking about that process we shared earlier, the free downloadables and PDFs are meant to mirror that. Market research first, then a retail pricing worksheet. This is how to assess competitors, how to uncover what your customer wants to pay, and to identify your opportunities in the market. Landed cost calculators. This is the actually exact spreadsheet that I use when I estimate landed costs for any of my clients or for my own product. Editable, editable, tech pack templates. Wow, say that. I can't say that anyway. Speed up your sample process with our tech pack templates. These are essential for getting your specifications out to the factory so that what's in your head is also what's in their head, and the prototype reflects that. And lastly, factory tested scripts. So working one-on-one with factories, we mentioned in the cons, sometimes has communication issues, but we can streamline that communication and avoid misunderstandings with some tested scripts that, words I continually use every single day when I email my factories.
But wait, there is more. We are offering an ambassador round exclusive and throwing in some amazing freebies to opt in for this round only. So let's talk about that. So first, you will get access to 3 live group Q&A calls on Zoom, where we talk through all your questions, workshop real examples. This will also be a place where we're looking for your feedback as well. It's an $1,100 value that we are offering if you are part of our ambassador round. Next, we have an extra bonus for the first 20 people that opt into our Smarter Sourcing coursework. You are going to receive a one-on-one consult, a full hour with us to deep dive into your product, your sourcing strategy, whatever you may need at any point within the 6-week courses, a $500 value for free as well.
And that's the first 20 folks who sign up. So we're capping it because we only have so many hours in the day.
Yes,
and
exactly.
So do you. That's free for the first 20.
So that's a total package value of $35.97 for only $19.97. And here's what you're going to get.
When you join the ambassador round, which is what we're calling really our first round of folks who join our program, because we're going to be super hands-on with these folks, you're getting our complete expert developed framework that we went through, 7 easy to follow modules, 15 templates and checklists, plug and play factory email prompts, access to private supportive community. And during the first ambassador round only, you'll get the 3 live Q&A calls with us, as well as a free one-on-one consult if you're value of over $300, but as an ambassador, getting all of this for $19.97.
So, will this course really work for me? This is the question that I'm sure you are all thinking in your head. And honestly, it's the right question to ask because we know how different every founder's journey can feel. But here's what we've seen. Whether you're hand making your product, whether you're launching your very first idea, whether you're expanding into a new category or building a brand from scratch, this process works. Not because it's a one size fits all. It's not that at all. It's really because it's adaptable. We built this course to meet you exactly where you are with real tools, real structure, real support. So let's dive into how this course can support your founder type.
So, the smarter sourcing coursework leads to significant transformations for overloaded makers. Initially, overwhelmed and overworked participants find that small scale factories they can use for bulk orders after they've done this course. So, this change frees up time for marketing efforts, boosting sales, and providing more time freedom for the folks who are used to making their own product and can find that boutique factory that's perfect for them. One participant noted the shift from hustling to actually running the business. So you're not like your producer anymore, you're actually the manager of the business, illustrating the program's impact. Imagine how these changes could enhance your own business journey.
And then if you identified mostly with bees, this may resonate with you. You have a great product idea, but feel overwhelmed by contacting factories, facing unanswered messages, or crazy high quotes. So the Smarter Sourcing coursework can transform your experience. You'll learn to create a product plan and cost sheet, enabling you to find the right factory, receive a sample in 3 weeks. This course offers clarity and confidence, helping you now say, I finally feel like I know what I'm doing. So if you're ready to start, let's explore how to turn those ideas into realities.
Or if you're a category expander, the journey of a category expander illustrates the transformation of a successful candle business owner who dreams of expanding into home decor. So, initially uncertain about sourcing ceramics, she felt paralyzed. But after completing our coursework, she gained the tools to find 3 qualified factory partners, confidently test new SKUs. And this change highlights the potential of having the right knowledge and the right resources that pave the way for profitable new categories. So next we'll explore
Mhm.
the story of the visionary.
Great. So, as the story of our brand visionary highlights a common struggle, before taking the Smarter Sourcing course, she had a mood board, but felt kind of lost in how to transform that into an actual product. She was overwhelmed by DIY sourcing and she found clarity, however, after the course. Some changes included defining her anchor product for a solid foundation, mapping out a launch timeline and forward direction, and illustrates this just helps show how a structured approach can turn confusion into actionable plans, leading to successful brand launches. Now let's talk about a few more client success stories here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a few specific clients, case studies, and learnings that have gained from our framework. First, we're going to discuss Angela. She is a maker. In 6 weeks, she made more progress than the previous year by following our clear roadmap. She remarked how she had spent a year researching and got nowhere. And this framework support gave her the traction immediately that she needed, which really just highlights the value of structure. So whether you're a maker or just starting, clarity can transform your journey. So let's continue with our next inspiring case.
So next we have Lauren, known as the Expander. She transformed her sourcing journey after realizing she was wasting money on the wrong supplier. She stated the Sourcing Gal's advice paid for itself within weeks. She emphasized the value of investing in proper guidance, which saves time and through the program, Lauren learned to vet factories effectively, revamp her margin structure, and create a sustainable cost model using real cost calculators for smarter quoting. Her experience shows that the right tools and knowledge are crucial for successful sourcing and building a solid business foundation.
Lastly, we have Anne. Anne's an innovator. She transformed her anxiety into a clear product development plan, providing a guiding roadmap. When I first met Anne, actually, I don't think she got out a word during our call. She wasn't quite sure even what she needed or didn't know. But she learned to communicate effectively with factories using our ready-made scripts. She fostered trust and better outcomes, and she gained confidence in herself that allowed her to reach out to suppliers decisively and enhance her collaboration. And she expressed how overwhelmed she had previously been because she was second guessing everything, and that the system gave her the confidence and peace of mind to launch, to bring product to life that was really just stuck in her brain before. So this is the support that we aim to offer to everyone today.
So, are you ready to bring your idea to life and manufacture with confidence? to reduce the overwhelm, stop the searches on Google and ChatGPT, saving you time and money, and of course, your sanity. We're dedicated to helping you navigate this journey smoothly. So there is an easier way, and we are here to help.
Now, we just wanted to recap one more time the amazing value you'd be getting as part of our ambassador exclusive round, including the free live Zoom calls and free one-on-ones for the first 20 folks.
As we approach the end of our presentation here, I want to emphasize a critical deadline we have coming up. Doors will close next week, Thursday, June 11th at midnight. So this is your chance to take action.
Don't turn into a pumpkin.
No, we are in the ambassador rounds. Thoughts are going to start to fill up here. We don't want you to miss out on those free one-on-one sessions, the amazing opportunity to have 3 hours of live Zoom calling with us and fellow team members.
4 hours when you add on the
It's true. Total of
one-on-one.
4 hours here. So I encourage you guys to enroll today, and you can scan the QR code to secure your spot. We're just really excited to have this offer to help other people launch successful product-based businesses.
Yes. We talk a lot about this in our podcast, but it's just one of the main kind of requests we get from folks. And we're just really excited to make it more accessible and put it in a digital, like digestible course for people.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open up the chat now. If you have any questions, thoughts, feel free. We're going to be reading these out loud as they come in. So feel free. Let me see here. One, what happens if I can't make the live Q&A Zoom sessions if you can't make the live Q&A Zoom sessions, we are going to be having an opportunity for you to basically send your questions in before the course, and then the course itself will be recorded, the live Zoom. So we'll be able to have those replay back in your inbox so you won't miss a thing.
Okay. Let's see. What does the course platform look like? How will we receive the information? It is run in Thrivecart. There are modules that will be released every week. So the information drips out week after week so that you can really get a firm foundation with what we've learned the previous week. And the reason why we're doing this is because kind of like what we said earlier, skipping those clarity steps is one of the biggest issues we find with people who come to us for help. So each week we will release another module on Thrivecart, and you will have access to the downloadables in there.
Yes. Oh, this is a good one. Will I actually be able to find a factory by using the Smarter Sourcing course?
Yeah. So yes, I will say yes. We're going to talk you through all of the different platforms on which to find a factory, how to vet them, what questions to ask. And then lead you through the processes of the tech packs and getting some initial quotes. Like that's why we're doing this on the dripped cadence schedule that we're doing so that we can come along with you for the ride.
Yeah, and then again, we will have those 3 1-hour Zoom sessions every other week where you can come back and say, hey, here's what I found.
Yeah.
Do we see any red flags here? Like we will help vet that out with you. Or if your factory is the most important piece, schedule that free 1-hour one-on-one if you're the first 20 seats in, and we'll make sure that is our clear focus for that whole hour to get you set up and feeling comfortable and confident with the factory that you've chosen.
Awesome.
Oh, this is a good one. One last one. Can I move at my own pace? I know you kind of mentioned this, that the modules will be released week at a time, but if you happen to get behind, that's okay too.
Yeah.
You can catch up the following week.
We are saying 6-week course because we're releasing them throughout a 6-week period of time. But if you can spend 2 weeks on module 1 and 3 weeks on module 2 if you want, or you can do a bunch of work with your factories and take a moment and then circle back for the production side of it.
Sounds great. Well, I know our time is wrapping up here. We don't want to keep you all. So thank you again for all who attended. We can't wait to hopefully get to meet you all and help you bring your products to life.
I hope we do. Thank you so much for your time today. And again, the QR code is here. We're going to leave it up for a hot second.
We're going to have emails coming in your inbox.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming.
Sounds great. Bye.
Bye.